Today, we're looking at some of the best credit card offers available right now. Whether you're looking for an easy offer to stake some additional hotel nights, to maximize some major spend, or you want the best non-built alternative for rent, then there's offers for you. Big favor before we dive in is to give us a thumbs up to help with the algorithm. If you know someone that might benefit, then share this with them. Starting off, we have the Capital One Venture Rewards credit card. The limited time offer is solid. You're going to get $250 to use in Capital One travel in your first cardholder year, and this is upon approval. You also get miles. So 75,000 bonus miles after spending 4,000 in the first 3 months. The value of Capital One miles, unsurprisingly, is with travel. As a statement credit towards cash back, you're only getting 0.5 cents per mile, and 75K would be about $3.75 in value. It's not bad, but if you're firmly on Team Cashback, then there might be other cards out there that are better. If you redeem for travel, you get 1 cent per mile, and this is the minimum redemption I would consider. Here, 75K times 1 cent is $7.50 in value. On the top end, if you're comfortable doing legwork and looking for upside, then premium travel is your best bet, where you could reasonably target 2 cents per mile. In that case, 75K times 2 cents is $1,500 in value. This one's not guaranteed, it very much depends on what your would pay number is and also how you value those redemptions. Okay, let's map all of this out. On the low end, your return on spend is about 9.38%, at 1 cent per mile, it's about 18.75%, and then on 2 cents per mile, 37.5%. So going from not bad to pretty amazing. Adding in the credit, the numbers look even better. Assuming a 0% discount, you're looking at between $625 to $1750 in value. Even if you discount the credit by 10%, so the $250 down to $225, you're looking at between $600 and $1725, and with a 20% discount, $575 to upwards of $1700. There is a $95 annual fee, so in year 2, you'd want to reevaluate. Year 1 is solid though. I think for a lot of people, the $95 annual fee cards are the sweet spot for intro bonuses at the moment. On a side note, before we get into the next cards, if you do want to learn about these cards or pretty much any other cards out there and you want to support the channel, we have links on the website, AskSebby.com, and also down below in the description box. Make sure the links are competitive, that they make sense, but otherwise it's a huge way to support the channel, so thank you in advance. Moving on, we have the World of Hyatt credit card. This offer is interesting. You could earn up to 5 free nights, and there's 2 tranches or levels. For tranche 1, you earn 3 free nights after spending $5,000 on purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. For tranche 2, you can earn 2 free nights after you spend a total of $15,000 in the first 6 months. I would look at these as separate things and factor in the marginal spend. So here we're looking at $10,000 additional spends after tranche 1. Be extremely careful with this offer. If you're into premium hotels, then this offer is not for you, since the hotels that you're interested in will probably be category 6, 7, or 8. As of filming, Hyatt doesn't let you top off. This means that category 1 to 4 is category 1 to 4. Okay, so what's one of these worth? In the US, probably 100 to 200, and abroad, maybe 200 to 300, depending on your use case. Let me know if it makes sense to look into options for a future video. Running through the target ranges for tranche 1, from 100 to 500, you're looking at 300 to 1500 in value, which is 6% to 30% return on spend. Outside of edge cases like concerts, I would not expect to see north of 400. Looking at tranche 2 and isolating for the 2 free nights and 10K additional spend above tranche 1, the numbers look a lot worse. So 200 to 1000 in value, which is only 2 to 10% return on spend. By the numbers, it might make sense to skip that second tranche. Combining both together and the offer looks okay, but a bit weak to me. Again, I'd probably put it at 200 to 300 per night as a target, and that's still tough. In that case, that's 10% return on spend. In your case, and to what makes sense for you, I would spend 5 minutes mapping out the options to figure out how much value you would reasonably get. I would also consider only doing the first tranche. The numbers look significantly more competitive, and if your spend is there, great, but don't feel forced to do the full 15K. That's just me though. Next up, we have the Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. Minimum spend is a bit higher, but it's one of the best business cards right now. This is your last chance to earn 200,000 bonus points after spending $30,000 on purchases in the first 6 months from account opening. This limited time offer ends on January 22nd, 2026 at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Return on spend isn't too shabby. For cashback or as a statement credit, you're getting 1 cent per point, so 200K times 1 cent is 2,000 in value, divided by 30K spend is 6.7% return on spend. If you're into premium travel and you're transferring points to partners, then 2 cents per point is a fair mark, and actual value might be closer to 3 to 4 cents per point. In that case, 200K times 2 cents is 4,000 in value, divided by 30K spend is 13.3% return on spend. $795 annual fee, but lots of credits to help lower that effective number. The main draw for a lot of people, though, is the 3x points on social media and search engine advertising that's uncapped. If you're a startup founder, you do e-commerce dropshipping, or you do a host of other online or tech businesses, then this becomes one of the most overpowered cards out there. I have a friend who runs a mobile game, and they run 100k in ads every month now. 100k times 3x is 300k points. Times that by 12 months, and you're looking at 3.6 million points. Yes, you can redeem that for cash back, and that's about 36k, but you could also do 36 one-way business or first-class flights. He's unsurprisingly really gotten into points this year, despite previously being an Airbnb person. Not for everyone, but if you do run a ton of ads, this is easier than the old strategy of building up a stack of Inc. Business preferred credit cards. If you are debating the card, I'd recommend running the numbers for your situation. I'll link to a calculator down below, but it should also pop up if you search AskSebby CSR Business. Last up is the Atmos Rewards Ascent Visa Signature Credit Card. From a value to minimum spend perspective, this one's pretty compelling and might be the best for a lot of people. You get a 30% global flight discount code for a future flight after opening your new account. That's for opening, and there's 2 spend components. You get 60,000 bonus points and a $99 companion fare plus taxes and fees from $23 after spending $3,000 on purchases within the first 90 days of account opening. Think of the companion fare as a buy one get one, where the second ticket cost is from $122. It works for Saver and Main Cabin within North America and on Alaska and Hawaiian Airlines, and also can be round trip or one way. One of the best use cases is Hawaii, since that could easily be $300 to $500 depending on season. So you buy one for $500, the other one might be about $122, saving you about $300 to $400. It also works exceptionally well for us for last-minute trips from SFO to LAX. A lot of the times, same day or next day could be $300 to $500 per person. This makes it a lot less painful. Switching over to the points, the main value prop is flying international long haul, let's say business class, to Asia. You also can fly economy, and that's generally half the price. Looking at business, Seattle to Narita, Tokyo is about $60k. LAX to Haneda, Tokyo is $75k, and SFO to Taipei, $75k as well. Double-clicking into the SFO to Taipei one, it's going to be through Starlux, which is a pretty awesome airline, 75k points and $18 in fees. Yeah, probably one of my favorite airlines that you've never heard of. There is room for improvement on the food, but the hard product is solid, and I'm a pretty big fan of the design. I also like the space theme, so maybe that's why, and they also have a 0G mode for your seat, which makes you feel like an astronaut. So those two are pretty solid and easy to use, but be very careful with the 30% discount code, since there's a lot of terms. For example, it only applies for travel between cities in the US and international ones that are served by Alaska or Hawaiian. There's a list of eligible destinations, and it's not valid for other code share flights. It's also not great for team points. It works for Saver and Main Cabin, but not first class and business fares, since those don't count. It also doesn't apply to award reservations, so if you're looking to use points, it doesn't help there. It also gets a bit weird. Feel free to pause, since there are a lot of terms, but a great example of this is that the discount code only applies for flights that are departing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday only. There's also blackout dates. Again, pause if needed, but it depends on the country, and they have different dates. I'm not saying that there's no value, but just be careful. I know a lot of people don't like it when I go into the terms because it gets boring, but I feel like it is important here since I'm worried people will get screwed. On kind of a similar note, if you are looking to run rents through Built, but not on a Built card, then this is a great option to consider as well. So you get 3 Atmos Rewards points for every $1 in rent paid up to 50k spent per year. So max value would be up to 150k Atmos per year. You are paying a 3% fee to do it, but that's more than reasonable. In effect, you're buying Atmos Rewards points for 1 cent per point, which is great value. For context, we've happily bought from Alaska during sales at 1.8 cents per point to use for Starlux and JAL and other programs, so 1 cent per point is a bargain. There is a $95 annual fee, but in year 1, you're getting great value, and in year 2, you can reevaluate. Again, if you want to learn more about cards, we have links on the website, AskSebby.com, and also down below in the description box. And if you're curious, all legal affiliate disclosures can also be found below in the description box. If you made it to this point, leave an astronaut emoji in the comments down below, and I'll try to heart it and also respond. 3 questions. Number 1, any upcoming redemptions, whether cash back or travel? Number 2, what MSRs are you working on right now? And number 3, what cards are on your radar? Let me know and everyone else know in the comments down below. Big favorite thumbs up, share this, but otherwise hope you liked it. See you next time. Check out that view.